If you're a founder, there are some good reasons to raise money from good VCs. There are many horror stories out there about raising money from VCs, including mine, but I will say this, there are still some good reasons to consider that. One such reason is that certain perks like AI credits and cloud credits are only available to companies that are funded by a certain list of VCs. The companies that don't have access to this capital pay something that I call the poor tax. Poor tax means that you're paying more for certain services because you cannot afford to pay less. Let me explain. Platforms like AWS will give you a 40% discount if you can commit to a certain volume for 12 months or 24 months and so on and so forth. But if you're poor, as in you don't have a lot of money, you can't commit to paying for 12 months because you don't know what financial situation your company will be in 12 months. Next, if you don't have one of these VCs on your cap table, you're missing out sometimes on hundreds of thousands of dollars of credits. For example, Anthropic found the work we're doing and reached out to us and said, hey, you seem to be building some cool things. We want to chat. So I got on a call. And then I found out that because we're not funded by their list of premium VCs, we're not eligible for their $30,000 credits that they're handing out to these other companies. And the sales rep kind of felt like he could give me a couple of $1,000s. This may seem unfair, and it is to people who are doing good work but don't want to raise venture capital, but they have their reasons for this. Without this gate, there is no way for these platforms to assess which startups are doing amazing work and which ones are not, and they're essentially relying on their top VCs to figure this out. When AWS or Google Cloud or Anthropic or OpenAI are giving you credits, they're losing money. But they're doing this because they think that your company has potential to grow big. And if they helped you out now, you're potentially going to pay millions of dollars to them in bills later on. So it's a win-win. When you are small, you can actually redeem these credits and you can do things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do. And when you are large enough, you pay them by the boatloads. But you can't have these unless you have VC money, especially money from the list of VCs that these people approve. I'm so painfully aware of the poor tax because I've had to pay it many, many times.